Hey everyone, I have something very special to share with you today. This is a prototype of a LEGO compatible lighting system called iBricks. This uses no batteries in these 1x1 sized light bricks, no switches, and no wires connected to them. The way it works is with a wireless power transmitter, a large plate that you set below the surface that gets juice from a power supply that you plug into the wall, and when it's on, you get light in all of the LED iBricks above it. iBricks is a crowd-funded project that's currently on Kickstarter, but as of the time of the recording of this video, it's already funded, so any so-called pledges are actually real binding product pre-orders. I can't show you the wireless transmitter base unit that I have here because, like I said, it's an older prototype. It doesn't look quite like the production model will, and honestly, it's a little messy and ugly. Not hating, just saying. But this gives you a good idea of its effect and how anytime you have an iBricks brick above the surface, it lights up, and as you move it away, it just dims and turns off pretty quickly. This older unit has a limited size and range, but from what you can read on the Kickstarter page itself, the final version should basically be a 32 by 32 by 1 brick. So it has the surface area of a standard base plate, but the thickness of a regular brick, and with studs on top. A low voltage cord will come out from that, and it'll connect to the power supply that you plug into a wall outlet. You'll be able to build directly on top of the thing, or you can also overlay a standard base plate on top of it. Now, a base plate won't securely attach to it by default, since at least LEGO base plates don't have anti-studs on the underside, but this kind of slides and rests in place and wants to stay there. And it's a perfect match for something like a LEGO Creator modular building. The final production power transmitter plate will also have a lot more vertical range than what I'm able to demonstrate here. Even the newer prototype that they're showing on Kickstarter is pushing 8 inches of vertical range, where you'll still be able to get good light. Now that power can be transmitted equally well through the air or through plastic bricks and plates. This gives you an incredible amount of freedom to build and to add light wherever you need it, without having to worry about routing a ton of wires through things, occasionally changing out tiny batteries all over the place, or even having to reserve, special access hatches or to open up the guts of your model to flip a bunch of switches. All you need is to accommodate a 1 brick high underplate of sorts, and whenever you turn it on, all the iBricks above automatically and immediately light up. The only real restriction is how far you can build and light upwards. 8 inches covers about 2 floors of a typical minifig-sized building, maybe a little more. However, I'm thinking for big builds, larger than a base plate, you could integrate an iBricks base into every second ceiling, or go 16 inches up and then have the top one projecting down. Transmitting horizontally might also be an option for displays that are against a wall by putting the plate on its side. Admittedly, this is all theory, as I've only been able to test one dated, handmade prototype. But even this one prototype, though, is looking like the LEGO lighting system that I've been waiting for. Since I started my LEGO City, I've been wanting to have nice nighttime lighting that's semi-realistic, but I've not been willing to run hundreds and hundreds of annoying wires for typical LEDs, or to use battery-based systems, neither of which seem like particularly scalable solutions. So I personally have already made a very large pre-order for a bunch of iBricks systems, and I will finally be lighting up New Jang City. I really appreciate this opportunity to have a hands-on look at even this limited and old version of the system, as it has really sold me on the idea and given me a solid idea of how it can look and work in person and in real LEGO models. If you want to get in on this yourself, I encourage you to check out the iBricks Kickstarter page. Just search for IBRIX and be sure to click on the funded 2017 campaign. If you have any specific questions or suggestions, feel free to ask the creators of the project. On the campaign page, they estimate delivery of final product in December of 2017, but I'm going to be honest with you, I have full faith in the product. I mean, I've had it in my own hands. It's real, it works, but I'm not 100% confident that they'll meet their target date. I've watched other crowdfunded projects, and I feel like these guys might need a little more time to get into full volume production. We'll see. But until then, I'll just be waiting. Like I said, I've already put in my order, they've got my money, And as soon as the production units are shipped out, I'm gonna start using them, and lots of them. I hope this was informative for you. Like I said, if you have any questions about iBricks itself, be sure to ask the creators over on their Kickstarter page. If you have any questions for me personally based on my experiences with this old prototype, feel free to ask in comments on this video. Just keep in mind that I cannot give you any official answers. I can't speak for iBricks, I'm not a liaison, and I don't know anything about the technology and specs beyond what's listed on Kickstarter. I'm just a customer who was very fortunate to be able to very briefly test out an older prototype of their system. So thank you for watching, and as always, I'll be talking to you again very soon.